Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And today, when this goes up, it's Black Friday. Of course, I can't control when you see this, but this is going up on Black Friday. This will be the first of quite a few recommendation videos because Black Friday is the day for shopping. Of course, I don't really care how you shop, or care. Sorry, I kind of care how you shop. I don't quite like Amazon because its its systems and whatnot. But then again, I know that not everyone can not use Amazon, so you do you. Personally, I love to use things, buy things to use, but also people have different opinions there. You buy new if you want. So honestly, if you go to Barnes and Noble, if you go to Waterstones, if you go to Amazon, wherever you go on, or if you use this videos to go to a library, I don't care. Also, you can use this video to have like a list for things to wish for Christmas. All I care about, really, is spreading the best taste of books in the world to you. Sorry, that seems a bit arrogant or top. Yeah. Anywho, I mean, you're here. Why would you be here to watch me talk about books if you weren't interested in my books' opinions? You wouldn't, unless you are bots, which hi bots. But yeah. So yeah, this first video is going to be all about historical romances. So first we have blum blum blum. I'm gonna find the right order because this is a series and it doesn't say there, which is kind of annoying. Actually believe this is the first one. A most unlikely lady. Then we have A Lady's Lesson in Scandal, Confessions of a Lady, Secret Life of a Lady, and then the last book, which just came out. I don't have that one in um, physical form, but the last one is The Wild. Wow, I should know the name of the last one. The last one is called Wild of a. You know what? I'm gonna see if that's in the back here. If it's not, okay, that's annoying. But I'm gonna write down the title of the last one. But yeah, so these are all historical romances, but they're also historical spy novels. These all have an element of spying to them. Uh, there's secrets, there's miscommunications, well, not that much, but a bit. And yeah, I just love them so much. And also, this one has a governess, oh sorry, a servant falling in love with the Lord. So honestly, I feel like that's quite fun. I mean, love is always lovely, but like it's kind of fun when you have someone, yeah, I suppose kind of Cinderella like this from the bad parts of town or like from the bad part of the world who finds love and happiness. And yeah, this honestly, this was also my first read in this series, so I suppose in a way it has a special place in my heart. But yeah, I do recommend them all. They're all amazing. The last one is Sapphic, so you know that. So yeah, this is a series. Maybe I'm gonna do a yeah. I'm kind of adding on to like videos I'm gonna do because yeah, I'm gonna do lots of them. But yeah, so that's a series. It's all set in England in the early 1800s. So yeah, so you know the setting there. Then we have, give me a moment. I'll just do that one. The Duke Undone by Joanna Lovell. This is well between and art student, and yeah, uh, sorry, I haven't read this one in a little while, but I do remember loving it. I mean, what is Black Friday if not the time for sales and books that you maybe will love. And then we have The Bride Goes Rogue and The Lady Gets Lucky. Two, again in the same series by Gunnar Lindsay. Sorry, Johanna Schupp. Say, I suppose use the same letters, but yeah. So this is actually a Gilded Age romance. It's set in New York, so it's a different setting than every other romance out there. And yeah, it's in the 400 people in New York who were so rich, and they find love in different ways. This is a series of four books. I've read almost all of them, but I haven't read the whole series. But yeah, they're amazing. Then we have Never Duke Well by Alexander Vasti. This is the first in that series. And actually, the whole series is out right now. This is set in England, but it's the Duke in question, because there's always a Duke, okay? Also, the Duke is entitled, so you know it's a Duke. It's more or less always a Duke anyway, but yeah. The Duke in question here is actually from New Orleans, even though his dad was British, so that's kind of fun. You have a American who's also a Duke, and yeah, love this book very much. Reading the second book at the moment and also loving that one. Then we have 9 rules on how to break when romancing the rich by Sarah MacLean. Sarah MacLean writes the best books. I love them so much. This is one of her earlier reads books, but still so amazing. This was all about a spinster. She's so old. She's on the shelf. How old is she? 28. And she decides to get out of her shell, so she makes a list of things she wants to do that she shouldn't do. And yeah, trouble ensues and love follows, and yeah, amazing book. Then we have me coughing again. I know, sorry. Then we have Bethany Bennett's books. The series is called Blue Stocking Booksellers. Had to think of a minute. You have The Good Duke Gone Wild, and then you have My Best Friend's Earl. So this is set around a bookstore, but also they find love in nobility. And yeah, I mean, it's set around a bookstore, so you just love that aspect of it. In this one of the characters is also an author. And yeah, it's just very good series. The Amazing Spice. This one has a male version, so that's kind of fun. And yeah, loving this book series. And then I'm gonna be a bit basic. Though I suppose I don't know who's watching this. If someone's watching this who's just started reading historical fiction, historical romance, if you haven't read any, this might not be that basic. If you read more than me, then yes, you might think, of course. But also, a good thing can always be said too many times. So yeah, we have Elisa Claypa's books, represented here by Devlin Spring in the Ravenels. And honestly, for me, I honestly prefer the Ravenels to the Wallflower series, but I do enjoy them both. I haven't read the Halfways yet, but I do want to read them as well. Try to read them. But yeah, this Lisa Kleypas just writes the swooniest stories, the best characters. She gets characters with ADHD, characters with autism. Yeah, it's just the best in all the different ways. And Lisa Kleypas, definitely an offer. If you haven't tried, you should check out. Then we have The Duke Heist by Erica Riley. This is the first in the Wild Winchester series, which is a series of 6 books, 5 books. a lot of books where there's this family of adopted sisters, siblings who kind of go around London doing Robin Hood style stuff where they help out where police can't. So they steal things. They steal back. But yeah, they get justice. Okay, they get justice and also love. Hmm. Sorry. Then we have some historical romance that's persons of color. This is again not set in UK. This is historical romance set in the US. This is the first in series, and then second. Yeah. This is part of a series of spy romance novels set during the Civil War in the United States, all from the black people's point of view. And also, yeah, a love happens as well. There's also love in here, also. This is the first book, the second book. This is a third book, which I enjoyed. I didn't love, but I do enjoy. So just know that. Like, in my opinion, the whole series isn't as amazing, but it's all good. And yeah, very much love these two books for different reasons. Then we have Anna Maria and the Fox, which is part of a uh, series where you have Mexicans who are now living in London to get help for the Mexican War. So again, some spyness in here, and also romance, and yeah, it's the best series. And also, it's just a good example that historical doesn't mean white and boring. Not that all white people are boring, but it can be Hispanic, it can be African American, all the different ways, really. Ways, the different people. And yeah, then you also have Gabriella and His Grace, which is part of the same series. This is the last book, and this is the first book, so you know that. But it's a companion series, so you don't really need to read it in order, but yeah. Then we have one of my all-time favorite series. We have A Caribbean Heiress in Paris. As you would think, it's a Caribbean heiress who goes to Paris to go to the World Fair in 1812, and a love happens, but also there's also a bit of mystery behind it as well. So that's also kind of fun. And yeah, this is the first in a trilogy. The whole trilogy is amazing. Recommend them all so much. Though I do kind of love the first one most. Personally, I do that. I do that. I don't know why I said it that way, but yeah. Then we have. Mm, I'm not finding the books. Yeah. So more books in the Wild Winchester series. We have a Sapphic one. We have Persons of Color, Nobody's Princess, and we have Hot Earl Summer, which is personally one of my favorites. I would say this and this first one is my favorites. And then me, like everyone else, I would say for me, my historical romance journey. Well, give me a moment. We started with these two books and these books. So these two books started me on my journey, but also around the same time, I read A Bringing Down a Duke and A Rogue of One's Own, all about suffragettes finding love in England. And yeah, I do love these books. They're just so good. I haven't finished the series yet because I'm weird, but yeah, great series. All about women's right to vote, but also all right to find love. Then we have The Duke Gets Desperate by Diana Quincy. Quincy? Quincy? This is a Palestinian heiress, Palestinian American heiress, who finds love in England. She actually inherits a castle, and love happens. This is, yeah, just an amazing, amazing read. I love it so much. It's the first in a duology, and yeah, this is. I like the second book as well, yeah, but I won't say I love the first book more, but they're both great. And also just kind of a great example that Palestinians have been there for ages. They're not some made up concept that Australians claim they are. They have been there forever. So, yeah, Palestinian historical romance. Check it out. And yeah, that is my historical romance recommendations for this Black Friday. Or if you check out this video, if you need a book for a friend who reads this, or if you're Christmas wish list, whatever. But yeah, see you soon in next video, which will come soon today.